This is our weekly training again, continuing from where we stopped last week. We had talked about choose a lane. As an agent, it's important for you to scale your business. And what scaling means to one person is different from what scaling means to another person. However, scaling, it's really very important. Um, there's a situation we have in the real estate industry with agents where they start and after a while they don't have the capacity to continue. They lose touch with their clients and their database begin to dwindle because they don't know how to scale. And you would wonder, last night while I was thinking about today's topic, I was just thinking about EXP, some brokers that I know that has been in the business for years, and how companies like EXP, Rail, and Compass, and just some of the, technology-owned companies, how they were able to blow up with the, advent of AI and all the technology stuff, and they went with the Gen Z and the new tech stuff, and they just blew up. Now, that got me wondering, and I just kept asking myself, what is the difference between these companies and the other companies that's been in business? It's called scaling. Your ability to be able to scale your business with the trends, with the times, with what the people really need is very, very important. Not lose, touch with the current trend. We're not saying the negative trends, but what is technology saying? What does the world need right now? And a lot of people are worried that AI will keep people out of business, but hey, AI can never replace human beings. The same way ChatGPT can never replace an agent if the agent knows what they're doing. So today I want to continue the topic, scaling your business, and in part two, building a database. What is a database? A lot of people would ask, what is really your database? Your database is the lifeline of your business. It is the lifeline of your business. It's actually the engine of your business. So, as a real estate agent, whether you started 5 years ago or you started last year or even you started last week, it's important that you understand what a database is. And it's very, very important that you know how to structure your database and you know how to build your database because your database is everything. Now, your database actually controls your production and sustainability and ability for that one lead to be able to create multiple leads, your follow-up system, everything. Your database is actually it could be a spreadsheet. It could be, if you're into technology, it could be a CRM. Now, we all have CRMs that we use. At least I know that EXP has an incredible CRM that he offers everybody, follow-up boss and the rest of them. Yes, so CRM is important. Now, if you don't have a CRM as a new beginning agent and you don't want to get a CRM or you don't want to pay for CRM, you could use a spreadsheet and start creating your database. Database is everything. For instance, if you want to start as a brand new agent and you want to start creating this database, you create a spreadsheet. Take notes, guys, please. You create a spreadsheet and you label the spreadsheet. You just tag it. For instance, the contact information, name, first name, last name. Oh my God, sorry, guys. First name, last name, um, phone number, email. You just put those categories there and then put notes under them. You categorize it buyers, sellers, investors, okay? And then there's another type of database that is very, very important, okay? And these are people, for me, it's personal. These are people that I call, I mean, most of you know I'm Christian, so I always categorize everything spiritually. So you could put your own category the way you want. I call mine my divine helpers, my kingdom helpers. Divine helpers are like, those people that really, really absolutely love you. They're not your family, they're not your friends, but they just love you and they just support your business. And they're not family, they're not, but they just love you. These people are they should still be in your database. I have those in my database. Yes. Now you have buyers, sellers, investors. Okay. Then you also have past clients. Okay. You have past clients category. Write that down, very important. So buyers, sellers, past clients category also. These are different groups of database that you have to keep, okay? And those prospects, okay? And then you could create a database for networking partnerships. Okay, you have the divine partners I talked about, divine helpers, whatever you want to call them, divine partners. Now, who are these divine partners? Why do I call them divine partners? Divine partners are those individuals that fall in love with you, support your business. If somebody just say real, they'll say Jemimah. I know one. I know one. You know, they don't have to finish the word real estate, but they know that the person needs a realtor and they will refer you immediately. Those are your divine helpers. Those are the ones, your fans. I mean, people call them my fans, but I don't consider them as fans because I didn't do anything to earn that level of support. And sometimes they support you more than even family. For instance, one of them, a lady, Miss Sharon. I met her, and for a very long time, I've known her for 10 years. And every business I've gone into, she supports me. And so, since I started real estate in 2020, this woman, it's an older woman, and she refers everybody, whether you want to buy, sell. If she just hears real estate, she calls my name. So, I went to visit her yesterday. Now, she's in my database. So, every week, I have one person in that database of my divine helpers that I have to keep in touch with. That's how you get leads. That's also how you get leads through those conversations, appreciations. You send them basket yesterday. She wasn't feeling well. I drove all the way to Milford to visit her, and she was so happy to meet me. And I brought her a very nice, lovely gift basket, and she was just excited. Just before I even got in my car, she texted me a number of her girlfriend that visited her the other day and wanted to sell a house. Now I got a listing appointment. Does that make sense? So that's touching those divine helpers. So make a list. Most of you have like 10, 20 people they're just excited that you're in real estate. They're just so proud of you. You want to keep that connection and continue to let them know that you appreciate. Let me tell you that this category, I'm sure a lot of you haven't heard about this category before because it's crazy, but it's underrated. It is highly underrated. So you need to actually put energy in this divine helpers or kingdom sponsors category of your database. Now, some people call them networks. They're not my network. I don't consider them network because I could just go to a seminar and meet one or two different people. No, no, no. That's different. There's a category for people networking, people that you meet at seminars and people you want to partner with in the future. Those ones are completely different. These are individuals that you have had your energy and their energy has clicked. And for some reason, they will support you all day. Sorry, guys, this is my blood sugar stuff. I have eating, I don't know why I say low, so it's probably malfunctioning. So I am not eating anymore. I'm good. So these people will support you. And I've had so much business from this category of people. Now, how do you continue to build that database? There's something I call principle of life. I don't put money over people. I put relationship over people. Actually, I put integrity over money, not people. I put relationship over money. I put integrity over money. Okay. So money is not my primary focus. Money ends up becoming a byproduct when I build this successful relationship and I actually make this impact. So it's important that you learn this word impact before profit. Profit comes in as a byproduct of great impact that you've made in your community, that you've made in the lives of people. And this is that niche that I'm trying to really talk about today. I know we've talked about buyers, we've talked about sellers, we've talked about, investors, we've covered that. We've talked about networking. Today, I want to really talk about growing your database on the divine helpers, those people that the energy matches yours and they love you like you were sisters or friends in another world. But then for some reason, they are in love with you and they will support you, support your business. You have to pay attention to this category of people and the people that they know. How do you build that database? It's being intentional on that line. For instance, if somebody sends you a lead, a client refers a client to you, don't just say, oh, thank you, thank you. No, 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 no. After that, have an intentional conversation with them and let them know that you're very grateful. Let them know that this means a lot to you. Let them know that they are your angel of glad tidings. The fact that they woke up and thought about you, thought of you to even send you this client. Thank you is underrated in this life. Some people are entitled and they get so busy with social media and get so busy with everything that they don't understand the principle of gratitude. Gratitude is everything. Even when the person says, oh, it's nothing, keep saying it. It's important. You might tell me thank you, and I'll say, oh, it's not a big deal. And you stop. But if you keep saying it, somewhere inside my heart, I really, it just lets me know that yes, you are really, really grateful. And sometimes we overlook and underrate people that really help us, and we don't express enough gratitude. And guess what? Where you have less gratitude or you make somebody feel like you're not grateful, it shuts the door on your face over time. The door begins to close gradually, and you begin to lose connection with that person. Believe it or not, the person might feel like you are entitled or you ignored them, or it's like maybe they're not making any impact in your life anyway. People love to be appreciated. Even a little kid. I have a 6-year old. I look into her eyes and I say, thank you so much. God bless you. And she says it back, Mommy, God bless you, Mommy. God bless you. Like she's happy Mommy said thank you. So if a kid can appreciate a thank you, what makes you think an adult cannot appreciate a thank you? Somebody gives you a lead, you're not entitled to it. You have to be intentional and look into their face and say, thank you for this. This lead, and guess what? Don't give them negative report. Even if the lead doesn't work out, I really get, how do I put it? I don't get upset, but I kind of consider some people unserious with their business when I give a referral or a lead to somebody and they come back and say, I called, they didn't answer. No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. This is personal. So I want you to learn that. Don't go back and say, I called, they didn't answer. Like you're entitled for the person to pick up your call. Does that make sense? No. So these are things that in your subconscious, you just say it. No. Be intentional in your communication. Always give the person positive feedback. Even if the client that was referred to you didn't answer, you could send a text, oh, I greatly appreciate this. I have contacted them. I believe they're probably busy. I will continue to reach out and I will keep you updated. Something like that. Even if you call the person, don't answer. Don't say, I called, they didn't answer. No, no, no. Say things like, more. it just let the person know that this means a lot and you're going to make effort to convert this lead. And yes, you also make effort. The fact that the person didn't pick, maybe they were in a meeting, they were in the store, they were doing something important. So they don't know you. They don't know you're going to call and your number is not saved on their phone. So they're not going to answer. So you send a text and you just comb that lead. Never go back to them with a bad report, bad feedback. Always go back to the lead, the person that, your divine helper, whoever sent you a referral, with a good report. And as you get on the contract, give updates. They don't care. You might think they don't care. They do. They do. One of my sellers is closing on the first, and we bump heads a lot because, of course, it was difficult transaction. It's been difficult. But surprisingly, guys, 2 weeks ago, she gave out my number and she texted me. I just gave my colleague your number. She said she wants to sell her house. And I said, thank you. So I called her back and I said, I just want you to know that I'm very grateful. I am so grateful that you thought of me. It means a lot. I actually attach a lot of emotion to it. I said, listen, I'm a mom of three babies. Of course, it's an advantage to be a mother. You can use that to your advantage. I'm a mom of three kids and I'm out here hustling to feed my kids. The fact that you thought of this mama to put food on my table, that means a lot to me. God bless you. She was like, oh, you're so sweet. Oh, she said, listen, I got more coming. Listen, my uncle, my grandfather, my great grandfather. Listen, they talk about anywhere I hear your name, anywhere I hear real estate, Jemimah, I'm gonna give them. You did a great job for me. She just went all in. And I called that lead. She didn't answer. I sent her a text. The next day I called her again and I said, Miss such and such gave me your number. And I'm very much available to assist you with the process of selling your home. I believe your home is worth a lot of money. And I would love to help her vest that equity that you deserve, from maintaining that house. She immediately called me back. And while I was talking to her, she said, oh, it's actually my daughter. My daughter wants to sell her house. She gave me her daughter's number. She said she saw my text. Her friend gave her my number. She forwarded it to her daughter. Guess what? Her daughter lives in Newcastle. I called her. She was excited. The listing is signed as we speak. Not just that, I called the mom back to say thank you. I said, I'm so grateful for that you referred your daughter. It means a lot to me. I am so grateful. I'm working with her. I went to her house and we're going to be putting it on the market. The contractor is going to come do touch-up paints and the photographer is going to come. She was like, wow, you're really the one. And she said, you know what? My house is too big. It's a 5 bedroom, 3.5 bath, and it's just me. The kids are all gone. I think it's too big for me. I see that you got my friend a very nice house. I want a smaller house. Do you think you can get? I said, absolutely. And then she said, I'm not ready. No rush. I said to her, no rush. What is your address? I just want to come sit down. She was like, but I'm not ready now. I said, I just want to come sit down with you and let's just talk so you get to meet me. And I'll just take a look. I just want to let you know what your home is worth. So you just keep that at the back of your mind. These were the things I said to her. And she gave me an appointment. So I went over there. Always go for your appointments prepared. Prepared. So I went with my listing packet. We toured the house. It's a lovely, beautiful home in Camden. And we connected so well. And I brought up my paperwork. And guess who wasn't ready? Signed my listing agreement. So I walked out of that house with a second listing, mother and daughter. Now, I actually sent her to Amanda. She will be completing her application and I'll be finding her home selling. So just this one sale that is still closing on Friday, I have gotten three from her. Does that make sense? So it's like, it's that tree that keeps giving from a place of gratitude. Just I called back to say thank you. And then I called the mother back to say thank you. And then I called the daughter back to appreciate her for letting me list her house. And she told me that her coworker is also a first-time home buyer. And it just, and people ask, how do you get business? This is how I get business. Gratitude. You're not entitled to anything. You're not entitled to somebody helping you. You're not entitled to somebody giving you leads. You're not entitled. Remove the entitlement mentality. You need to work for the things that you want and put in the work and have the attitude for gratitude and keep the person updated. They shouldn't have to call you to ask you for updates. Maintain your calendar. Database is all about taking notes and reminders. Reminders. I have over daily, I have more than 40 reminders on my phone. Set up your reminders. If you always forget, set reminders. It's a lot. As you grow, someone was asking me, I think Miss Michelle was asking me, how do you do this? How do you keep the schedule? How do you keep appraisal dates? How do you keep reminders? Like you just have to be present. Be present in your business. I always tell you, agents on Jemimah Chuks team, you don't work for me. You do not. You're an independent agent. You're just aligning with me on partnership. This is your business. This is your thing. You will grow it. I can only help you, which for a year and 6 months I have given you the foundation to ride on, to make it easy. So you should be able to soar on eagle swing because you're starting on a better foundation than I did, than some agents out here did. So you have everything you need. Now you need to put in momentum, energy to go. Gratitude. Building your database with we know sellers, we know buyers, we know investors, we know networking, divine helpers. Now, today, as I wrap up this session on this building your database on divine helpers, I want you to write down how many people that you have in your life that supports your business, that absolutely loves you, that gives you leads. And if I'm on that list, it's fine. You can put me on the list if I'm that person. Put the people that you know and make them a priority for you to communicate with them and appreciate them and let them have a personal, like Miss Diana. One of the times we had a meeting, Miss Diana brought a flower for me. To her, she said that day, it's nothing. But that flower meant everything to me. Just the fact that she thought about it. It's not just a flower. It's just the thought, you know? And there's always this thing that they say, give people their flowers when they're alive. Yes, do that. If someone impacts your life, be grateful. Be grateful. Even when you hear about the person from another person in a negative light, do not feel that conversation and ride on that negative energy. They will hear it. The walls are thin and the walls have ears. Dilute it with the good things the person has done for you. Because the same person that's coming to tell you is going to go back to them and tell them exactly what you said. Gratitude is expressed in different levels. If someone gives you a referral, building your database, you must maintain a great relationship, professional relationship, and a spirit of gratitude. Spirit of gratitude brings more to you. Make sense, guys? So that's what I want to share on building your database. So write down these people and every week call one or two persons. Set up lunch dates with them. Some of these people I actually do lunch dates. I get a lot of texts from loan officers and all kinds of people everywhere. Can we set up a lunch date? I don't. No, I don't. Because I'm busy. So, but I will set up a lunch date with my divine helpers. Those are my partners. I will go to lunch dates with you, spend 30 minutes and pay for the food and watch you eat it and look into your eyes and let you know that you mean. Let me tell you what I do with them. I sit down. It's crazy. I know I'm weird, guys. It's okay. And I say, listen, one of them, honey, I use this one a lot, Miss Sharon. I say, Mama, I want you to know that God sent you in my life, and I'm grateful. I appreciate your presence in my life. It means everything to me. All the referrals, everything. I just want you to know that without you, I would not be this successful. I am so grateful. And maybe that's the most beautiful thing they've ever heard in a long time. So it's like these people impact your life. That's money. It's not money, but it's the time and the gratitude that you show that opens door for more. Okay, guys? Now, the next level of this gratitude is sending them gift basket with a beautiful letter and a text message, remembering their birthdays if you could. Some of them, you know, I remember their birthdays and I send them a surprise and they're so happy. This is how you get more referrals. And a lot of people say it's referral database. This particular one is divine helpers. These people love you. So I'm going to wrap up by sharing that and telling you to go ahead, make list of these people, make them a priority, let them know that they're in this business with you. Make them feel like they're building something. People love to impact. People love to cause a change in somebody's life. Let them know I have received referral. There's this guy, Mr. Tam. Tam has given me more than 30 to 40 referrals since I started my business. Non-stop, non-stop, non-stop. At a point, I was like, I feel like I owe him part of my commission, but he doesn't want it. But but I still have ways of appreciating him. Now, we'll wrap up by saying impact before profit. Building a successful, effective database, it's all about impact before profit. When we started this team, the Jemimah Chuks team, it's different. All of you are souls that the Lord has brought to me. And I decided to invest into every one of you. And I share this all the time. I ran losses, which I showed to all of you. But guess what? In other ways, the Lord has replaced it. Impact before profit. Seeing you all be able to sell houses that you've never sold before. Impact before profit. Does that make sense, guys? That's actually what my heart yearns for. To watch you sell a house, get a buyer on the contract. And now we're on the next level of growth where you will be able to generate leads, convert them, and keep the larger sum of your commission. To me, that's very satisfying to see. And that makes me proud of you. Does that make sense? So, impact before profit. While you're building your database, remember to impact somebody's life. It's not always about taking, in friendship, it's not always about building a relationship, it's not about what you can get. Forget about what you can get. What can you give? I think someday, one time this year, I was sharing with Madam CEO and I was frustrated with how much I give out in friendships and relationship. And it's like, I just keep giving. I just keep giving and it's just exhausting. And I feel like I don't get the same back. That day I got home and the Lord said to me, you have forgotten why you are here. So this is your assignment. And then I got a text message from one of my spiritual leaders. It was just a Bible verse. And that was God just reassuring me that He sees me. Does that make sense? So it's like, and I'm sharing this personally to say, while we talk about impact before profit, When you keep giving your service, your love, your attention, your hard work, and just trying to change somebody's life, it's difficult because it may not come back on the same way. But I just want you to know that so long as you're focused on that impact, in other ways, blessings will flow. And here I am, a living proof. And I'm getting, as I keep giving my time, giving money, giving attention, and just giving my heart, my love and worry and cares out there for everybody around me. God is taking care of my stuff. He's taking care of me. And every day I'm reminded that I'm absolutely loved and the blessings keeps flowing. I can't explain it. I had 7 closings last week. This week I have 7 closings. I can't explain it. I worked all weekend and wrote offers. I can't explain it. So that's impact before profit. So these are byproducts of the main thing, impact. So today, I want to challenge you as you get out there, serve with excellence, serve with 5 star, serve with all your heart, because this is what you chose to do. Any real estate agent that is out here chasing only money, they don't last in this business. But when you focus on discipline, on service, and to impact a family, to impact a life, to impact these divine helpers in any way, the byproduct is profit. It's the money. It comes. It's natural. It's natural. It just comes naturally. And that is the principle of life. Service. Mark Zuckerberg, sorry guys, my alarm. Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, he's wealthy now. But what did he do? Service. He provided social media ways so you can go and scroll away your life and compete with people and look at other people and see how nice their makeup is and just, he provided service and he's wealthy. EXP provided technology and look at it, service, and they're serving us and they provided this service. Now somebody like me and you are thriving. Keystone funding. They opened that and provided a platform service for loan officers to be able to thrive and build their business service. And in return, these loan officers are mega multi-millionaires feeding their families. The question today is, how are you impacting your world? How are you paying attention to your clients? How are you impacting this client? Are you just waiting for that paycheck? Oh, I can't wait for closing. And then you just shut the door on their face. You don't even keep in touch with your past clients. No relationship. Oh, we're done. Bye. One sale should give you a minimum of 5 referrals if you comb it right. And that's the end of today's class, a teaching. And I just pray that God will continue to bless your business and God will continue to prosper you as you go out there and impact your generation, impact your community, as you go out there to serve. I pray that God will release the blessings, the profits into your business in Jesus' name. I remain Jemimah Chuks again, and thank you for listening.